Welcome to homework.
Okay, step one, we've got to find the longest chain in this molecule. So let's, okay. Now, just visually inspecting it, looks like this is the longest chain, right? 2, 4, 6, 7 carbons. And in fact, all of our options for the name involve heptane, so that's definitely the longest chain. Now we've got to identify any substituents that are on this heptane chain. That is our substituent. What is that? Well, in less systematic naming, it's known as a T-butyl. Okay. But that's not an option here. So we can't just call it T-butyl. And when we've got branching alkanes like this, where we've got a substituent that has, it's not just like, oh, it's a methyl, or, oh, it's an ethyl, it's the substituent itself is branching. We still basically follow the same rules that we normally do when naming a larger alkane. Our first step is finding the longest chain. Well, in this case, we have 3 chains that are all the same length, but we could consider going like this and calling that carbon 1 and calling that carbon 2. It's a little confusing because we could also call this carbon 1 and call this carbon 2, but in fact, we just pick one of them to name as our longest chain, and then we consider the other 2 to be substituents on that chain, right? So we've got a methyl substituent here and a methyl substituent here. So this side chain is basically, it's an ethyl, right? Because it's a 2-carbon chain, that's the longest chain, but it's got a methyl and another methyl on carbon 1. So it'd be 1, 1, no second comma, sorry, 1, 1 dimethyl ethyl, right? And when we've got these branching substituents coming off of larger alkane chains, all we need to do is put that whole thing in parentheses. We're treating this as a functional group. This 1,1-dimethyl ethyl is a functional group coming off of our heptane chain. So where is it coming off of our heptane chain? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 dash this whole thing, 1,1-dimethyl ethyl, and then we put our heptane. Okay, is that one of our options? Yeah, it looks like this second option is 4-1, 1, dash dimethyl ethyl, n parentheses heptane.